Also, and crucially for a political leader, a speech can help introduce yourself to an audience and hopefully make them like you. And as we saw in this most recent campaign in my country, Barack Obama had a steady likability gap over Mitt Romney. And I have to believe that part of that was because the American people felt that we knew Barack Obama. We had heard him, we had seen him for years, and felt that we knew this man and we liked him. And the likability factor leads me to my conclusion, which is one of the most powerful tools that speechwriters have in our arsenals, and that is the use of humor. And I think politicians who use humor best also know how to turn it on themselves. There's nothing that conveys a sense of confidence like being able to laugh at yourself. It makes you more human, it makes you relatable, it makes you seem less arrogant, and it can be a great way to get even a hostile or skeptical audience on your side. Maybe not to agree with everything you have to say, but to give you the benefit of the doubt, or at least to listen to you respectfully. So I thought I'd end this morning with a brief highlights clip from the Al Smith dinner in Washington last month. The Al Smith dinner is an annual dinner held in New York. It's a fundraiser for Catholic charities. And it's named after Al Smith, who was a former governor of New York, who was the first Catholic politician ever to run for president in the United States. The Al Smith dinner was first held in 1945, but since 1960 it has been a tradition that every year that there's a national election, so every 4 years, that both candidates will go and speak at the Al Smith dinner. And even during the most bitter campaign, this is usually their last opportunity to share the stage together after the debates, after all the invective and the back and forth of even a very bitter campaign. But it's a chance to remind the public and their parties, and maybe even themselves, that at the end of the day, we're all on the same team.
Campaign full of surprises. The debates are very exciting. Just the other night we had a very fun debate. People seem to be very curious as to how we prepare for the debates. Let me tell you what I do. First, refrain from alcohol for 65 years before the debate. Second, find the biggest available straw man and then just mercilessly attack it. Big Bird didn't even see it coming. By the way, in the spirit of Sesame Street, the President's remarks tonight are brought to you by the letter O and the number 16 trillion.
Everyone, please take your seats. Otherwise, Clint Eastwood will yell at them. Earlier today, I went shopping at some stores in Midtown. I understand Governor Romney went shopping for some stores in Midtown. Unemployment rate is at its lowest level since I took office. I don't have a joke here. I just thought it would be useful to remind everybody.
I was actually hoping the President would bring Joe Biden along this evening, because he'll laugh at anything. President Obama and I are each very lucky to have one person who's always in our corner, someone who we can lean on, and I have my beautiful wife, Ann. He has Bill Clinton.
I have a lot more energy in our second debate. I felt really well rested after the nice long nap I had in the first debate. Although it turns out millions of Americans focused in on the second debate who didn't focus in on the first debate, and I happen to be one of them. Tomorrow, it's back to campaign. And I hear the same thing everywhere I go. Honestly, we were hoping to see Michelle.
And maybe that last line there had a hint of strategy itself. Here's to 2016.